So we're going to begin actually laying on the back in a supported heart opener, and you can decide how gentle you want to be. So for the gentle version, I just want you to grab like a pillow, just something like a flat rectangle, and you're just basically going to sit down on your bottom and you're going to lay back over it. And you can even just take a couple folded up blankets, but this is going to be very gentle, very mild. Knees bent, knees together. Those of you who maybe have a little more flexibility in your spine, or you're up for a little bit more, you're going to come into supported fish. So you'll do this with blocks or a block and a pillow. So for supported fish, we're laying back over the bolster or the block, excuse me. I'm so used to saying bolster. So the same thing, your butt is down, and then you're putting something right underneath the back of the shoulders. And then you can put something also underneath the head. And you can also put a pillow here too and lay back. But we really want to focus on the opening of the heart. When we do these kind of upper heart openers, we definitely get more into that heart energy. So this is a full moon week that we're starting, although the moon will not be full until Thursday. Right now we're practicing together on Monday, but we are starting to feel it. And I saw the moon, even though we've had a lot of rain, I saw the moon up tonight moving into the gibbous phase. The sun has changed signs. This is the first full moon of the new calendar year. So,
Becca,
yeah,
sorry, it's Carla. Where does the lower one go in your lower back?
no, it's right behind the shoulders, right at
Okay.
the back of the shoulders.
Okay. Thank you. Sorry.
No, oh no, always feel free to ask. Uh,
Okay. Thanks.
yeah. So just allowing yourself to lay back in whatever heart opener makes sense for you. So again, the blocks can be a little bit intense. That's the supported fish pose. So if you're feeling like you need a little more gentle tonight, just lay over a pillow or even just a bolster, just lay the bolster along and lay over it. Otherwise, if you want a little bit more, again, just laying back over your pillow or block or bolster. Bottom is on the ground. The block or the support is right at the mid and upper back, and the head and the shoulders draw back. So if you're laying over the blocks, you're going to have something under your head, whether that is a block or a pillow. You don't want your head hanging, but what we're looking for is this opening through the entire chest. So right now the moon is waxing in the cardinal water sign, which rules the chest and the belly, the breasts and the womb. And then we're going to move into the full moon, which rules the heart and the spine. And then the energy the sun is in rules the circulatory system. So obviously circulation is everywhere. And so when we lay back like this, especially if you spend a lot of time rounding or driving or sitting, we just start to open everything up, but you want it to feel comfortable. And so we're feeling the stretch across the chest, across the solar plexus. So whether you're laying over pillows or laying over blocks, the knees can be bent, knocking together. That's going to be the most supportive position for your low back. Of course, you can butterfly your legs. I know some of you really like Baddha Konasana. If you do that, it is nice to put pillows under the thighs. If you extend the legs long, that's going to probably be the deepest expression of a heart opener, because you are going to feel that more into the lower back as well as the upper spine. And so listening to your body, I'm going to keep my knees bent tonight and just focus on the opening in the upper chest and the heart. And you can kind of wiggle around here too. You can let your knees rock side to side. You can roll your head, especially if you've got like a block under your head, or if your head's resting, it can feel good to just kind of roll the skull. And then just take a big breath in through your nose. Exhale out the mouth with some sound. Ah. So this full moon is dramatic. It's regal. It's loyal. It's passionate. It's expressive. It's playful. And the energy of the sun right now is all about thinking outside the box. Again, that circulatory system, that energy system. It is the rebel, the visionary, the scientist. And so when we have this combination of fixed fire and fixed air, which we get this time of year with the sun and the moon in these elements, is all about like how we take our passion and we share it, right? Or how we take the vision and we make it happen. So fire and air balance each other on the elemental wheel. Those are the yang elements, those are the active elements. So, you know, the perfect balance of fire and air, and you have a healthy fire. Too much fire, right? Not enough air doesn't quite work out because oxygen is needed in the fire. And so just beginning to feel the breath starting to move through the body, start to open up the energy of the heart and the chakra system. The heart is air and the fire is the solar plexus, was right underneath it. So whether you're laying over a pillow or blanket or bolster or over the blocks, we are really trying to open up that third and fourth chakra. And again, feel free to let out some sound. Sound is an important component of this solar cycle we're in. It rules the energy of sound, the fifth chakra, the Aquarian age of sound. And so just for a couple minutes here, just feel into the heart, feel into what's going on in your body. Begin to just create some space, begin to circulate the prana, the life force, the waxing moon energy. And just listening to your body. This is a creative sort of energy this week. Whenever we're in the Leo energy, the fixed fire, there is that it's the lion, right? It's the symbol of the lion, but it's also so much about creative self-expression. And so taking time this week to express yourself creatively, whatever that means, finding some play, finding some silliness, some childlikeness, exploring your body and just circulating that. So just taking that energy of the heart and then circulating it through the system. That's the dynamic between Leo and Aquarius. Take another big, big breath in. Open the mouth with some sound. And then just scan through the body, just notice the sensations, tensions, or softness. Just feeling what your body is expressing right now on this moon day, waxing into the full moon. And just feeling into any little movements, maybe rotating your wrists or rocking your knees or rolling your ankles or your head. Still breathing into the heart, into the belly. And then, of course, you're always welcome to stay in the supported poses whenever we do them. If you're like, yeah, this feels great, just stay as long as you want. Otherwise, we're going to start to roll to the left side. So just be mindful if you're on your props. Rolling often tends to be an easier way out, but if you need to come up first or whatever you need to do, just try to roll to the left side, which is our lunar side. Curling into fetal pose for a moment, releasing any sensation from the heart opener. Curling your heart in closer to the earth, honoring yourself for practicing, for showing up to practice. And then when you're ready, you can press yourself up. Ooh. Usually if you're on blocks, you feel the blocks after you've been laying over them. And then go ahead and find a comfortable seat, whatever that means for you. I'm going to sit in Sukhasana, which is our cross-legged position. You can place a hand over your heart and a hand to your belly. And just give yourself a little rock. Again, just noticing anything coming up. So sometimes when we start in a heart opener, it can be a really soft way to start, or it can kind of bring up emotions or sensations. And the full moon is always sort of highlighting and illuminating areas of our lives. Just being mindful of the extra dramatic component this week with yourself and others, trying to transmute that into circulating creativity and passion and purpose and play. We'll tone our lunar mantra, Om Chandraya Namaha. We bow to this moon, this waxing to full moon, and you can just listen or hum. Take a deep breath in. Om Chandraya Namaha. Slide your hands to your knees or your shins, and let's just start to move in the circles. So think about moving from your heart as we flow into this practice. So letting the head and the neck go. And just imagine as you inhale that you're breathing into the heart, and on the exhale, you're circulating that heart energy through your body. Inhale, as you come forward, the heart lifts and expands. Exhale as you round, as that heart energy moves around, as though there were a sun or a candle or a fire, kind of right there in that space between the solar plexus and the heart. And as you inhale, it gets bigger, and as you exhale, it spreads out. And this is this energy we're moving into, coming towards the middle of the season. So in the Northern Hemisphere, the middle of winter, which is also the first stirrings of spring, the quickening. So this particular full moon starts to stir. So if you've ever planted a seed, you know that long before it kind of comes up, things happen under the surface. And this is also true when there's a biological pregnancy as well. Before anyone can see that something is growing, usually the biological parent starts to feel something. They start to notice little flutters, little shifts in the body, and that's the energy right now. That's the energy that this full moon brings in. Go ahead and reverse the direction. It's the first spark, the first quickening of the energy that we planted at solstice beginning to expand, right? So the seed has to break open and start to create roots that go down, and then energy that moves up. And that's what we'll kind of go through these next few months as we move towards the spring equinox. And so we're almost halfway there. So that energy is happening below the surface. So the power of the seed, kind of like the power of the heart, has to get so strong, and then it has to be able to break out and start to reach down, and then it can reach up. So imagining again the energy in the heart, and then moving that out through the body. And then draw yourself back up. Inhale, open the arms into goalposts, lift the heart. Exhale, bring the hands in around the spine as the palms touch. Inhale, roll your chest open, lift. Exhale, round palms touch, and just following your breath. Inhale, sit up, open. Exhale, press palms, forearms. Couple more here. Opening up that heart energy. Good. And then hold it open. Take a big, big breath in. Exhale, stick out the tongue. Release your hands down behind you. Soften the elbows, lift the chest. Chin can tuck or just roll open here. Breathe into the heart. And then release. Go ahead and switch the cross of the legs if you've been sitting cross-legged, or just make sure your seat is comfortable. And let's find the side body. So let's just start to move through our side body flow, stretching to one side, then the other. Big opening. Again, still moving from the heart, keeping the heart on line with the spine. Rolling open as you stretch. And in the yin tradition, the fire lines extend all the way up through the top of the arm. So the side bends actually open the fire lines, which in Chinese medicine, the fire energy also rules the heart. So just building that heart energy and then letting it circulate. Whatever brightens your heart, whatever fills your heart, this is the week to amplify that. Spread it out. Stay grounded through your hips. Really lengthen through the spine. One more to each side. And then inhale, reach it up, lift it up. Exhale, bring your hands to your shoulders and then just roll your shoulders. And of course, if it's uncomfortable to hold on to your shoulders, just relax your arms down. It just adds a little extra weight so we get into the shoulder blades, the back of the heart. Go the other way. Good. And then keeping the hands on the shoulders so that's comfortable, sit up nice and tall. Inhale, and then as you exhale, you're going to twist. You're just going to start to build a little speed here. So it's more of like an exhale into an exhale. The inhale is sort of soft. And you can do this slower though too. And when we have the hands away from the floor, we are using the core muscles. We're using the obliques as well as getting that twist. Just keep breathing however it makes sense. Twisting as much as you comfortably can. And again, you can always bring your hands down. One more to each side. Inhale back at center. Exhale, release your hands down. Hands behind you. Roll your chest open again. Soften the elbows. Lift the chest. And then as you exhale, tuck your chin round. Bring your hands to your shins and arch back. And then hold that cat back. Tuck the chin, belly in. Rounding through the spine. Just breathing into the back body, back of the heart, back of the lungs. And then roll yourself up. Sit up nice and tall and just let your head gently roll side to side just a couple times, just to circulate that heart energy all the way up through the neck and the head. And you bring your head to center and just gently turn side to side, sitting tall. And then bring it back to center. Release your arms, give them a little shake. Just bring your arms up or just in front of the chest if it's too much to have them up. And just give them a little shake. Releasing the nervous system, good for the lymphatic system, and of course helping to circulate that life force. Take another big breath in. Exhale, stick out the tongue. And then go ahead and release and shift and come onto your belly into Sphinx position. So Sphinx position is on the forearms. So the feet are about hip width distance apart. The tops of the feet are down. Elbows are under the shoulders. Fingers spread. Making the number 11 with your index fingers. And then push your palms and your forearms down to lift your chest. So this is isometric energy. Tops of the feet down, pelvis down, draw the belly button into the spine, and make sure your chin is parallel. And again, you want to be able to gently shake the head side to side. Just take a few breaths here. So thinking about the energy of the Sphinx, right, the symbolism of that lion energy, which is connected to this full moon. This is again, back of the heart, back of the lungs, kidneys, great position for all the rounding we do. Really good position, especially as our bodies mature. This really helps to keep the shoulders down, heart open. Just take a few good breaths, again, allowing any kind of movement that feels good through the head. Keep pressing your hands, your forearms, your fingers, belly in, tops of the feet down, lifting the heart. Take a breath. Exhale, stick out that tongue for lion's breath. And then slowly release. You can stack your hands for a moment and place your forehead down, or you can roll one facial cheek down at a time. You can bend the knees and rock the hips. And just feel the belly on the earth, always grounding, always soothing to the nervous system, the digestive system, to breathe our bellies into the earth. And then you can come back into Sphinx, or we'll move through some Cobra, bringing your thumbs in line with your chest, elbows in. You can separate your feet a little bit wider for Cobra, tops of the feet down, pelvis down, and then roll up. And you might barely use your hands at all, or you might come up to the pretty much to the height. You want the elbows still soft and the pelvis down. And then again here too, there's a little rocking and shifting. You can also do this much lower. Baby Cobra, you're not using your hands at all. You're just using the strength of your back. Pelvis down, tops of the feet down, belly draws in, chest open. And again, you can shift back into Sphinx at any point. Take a big breath in, exhale that lion's breath. And then you can come back to resting on your belly, or if it's in your practice, to roll towards child's pose. Take a wild child, knees are wide, tops of the feet down. And then if you have a block or pillow nearby, you can play with putting it underneath your chest, underneath your heart. If that doesn't feel right, then you can put it under your forehead, or you can just move it. But if you can find the right spot, I find it's very soothing for the heart energy. It also kind of just depends on, the sensations in the chest when you have something there. So you can just rest on your belly with your head on your forearms still, or just take a wild child, or put that support under your head or under your chest. In child's pose, you can also flip your palms to get a little bit more of a release through the upper back. Again, big breaths, still inhaling into the heart, and exhale as you circulate that out through the whole body. You can rock your hips, roll your forehead if you're still on your belly. Again, you can bend the knees. Just about 3 more really big breaths, either on your belly or in your version of child's pose. And then if it's appropriate to roll up to all fours, we will. Otherwise, you can come back to sitting if for any reason your knees are not comfortable there tonight, which is totally fine. If you're in tabletop, hands are as wide as the mat, fingers spread, knees under the hips. And we're just gonna find that cat-cow movement. And just really take your time with it. So you can definitely do it seated. Sometimes there's a little bit more movement through the spine from all fours, but if the knees are uncomfortable, it's not really worth it to force. But if you are on all fours, you're pressing through your thumbs, your index finger, and you're really articulating, so the heart and the spine. And just enjoy. Think about the way a cat moves, right? So that energy of the lion, how cats stretch and curl through their spines, especially when they find a sunspot. I was walking the other day and I saw one of the cats in my neighbor's window with its belly like up against the window with the sun coming in. I'm like, the cats are so smart. They like know how to move and how to move with the light and the dark. And again, round the spine, wherever you are, hold that, tuck the chin, maybe sway your hips a little, soften the jaw. And then walk your hands back towards your knees, shift back to forward fold. So feet are hip to shoulder distance, soft knees. Long spine, feel free to use blocks or a chair to fold over as well. Otherwise, you're rocking, you're swaying a little bit in Uttanasana. Breathing into the back of the legs, the back of the heart. Shake your head out, soften your jaw. And then take your feet as wide as your mat. And again, you can do this with blocks, or just bring the right hand out in front of you as far as you can so that the hand is still on the mat, or you can use a block or a chair or a book. Soften the knees, hips back, and then just start by taking the left hand to the low back and then roll your chest open. Press down through your feet, soften your knees, lengthen your spine as you twist. Big breath in. Roll the chest open. You can also have that left arm straight up. Palm is facing the left. Or you can hook it behind the back. Exhale, release. And then we'll switch sides. So again, the feet are still wide, toes are forward. Left hand walks out as far as you can or rests on something. And then the right hand can come to the hip, or the right arm can reach up, or it can come behind the back. So notice your knees, they're either bent equally or extended equally. Hips are pressing back, spine is long as you open up through the heart. Soften the jaw. Really nice opening through the heart, through the lungs. Big inhale. Exhale, release. Rock it out a little bit. And then soften your knees and roll yourself up one vertebra at a time. Head is the last thing to come up. Heel toe your feet in just a little bit. Soften the knees and then just find a little windshield wiper. So just rocking, twisting. Did I say windshield wiper? Windmill. Windmill. It's because it's raining so much, thinking about the windshield wipers. It's a nice little sway here. Again, just circulating that heart energy through the body. Take a big breath in, exhale some sound. And slow it down, come back to center. Again, feet about hip width distance apart. And then again, inhale, open the arms up, big stretch. As you exhale, bring the hands together, round as you come in. And then inhale, extend the legs, lift up, open up even more. So kind of building on that movement from seated. And then as you round, bend your knees as you bring the elbows in, round into that cat back. And then everything lifts, everything opens. And then everything curls. And again, this can be as big or small of a movement as is appropriate for your body or your mood tonight. Couple more. And then as you come up, open up, take a big breath in, exhale that lion's breath. And then bring the right arm under the left, and you can come into eagle arms, or you can hold on to the shoulders. Just hold opposite shoulders. Breathe into your eagle arms, palm to palm or back of the hands. And just breathe. Let yourself rock a little bit side to side. Inhale. Exhale, stick out the tongue. Slowly switch, open the arms wide, lift the chest, inhale, exhale, left arm under right, Ardha Garudasana, or holding the shoulders. If you're holding the shoulders, just allow that weight to open up the fascia and the shoulders here. Breathe, chin is parallel, knees are soft. Big breath in, exhale, stick out the tongue. Release the arms, shake them out, shake out your legs, shake out your whole body. Then place a hand to heart, hand to belly, feet about hip width distance, hip width distance, and then just roll up and down on your heels. Just inhaling up onto tippy toes, exhaling, lowering. And then you can always use a wall or a chair for this, but just helping to pump the lymphatic system, supporting the circulation, still breathing, inhale into the heart, exhale that through the body. A little bit of balance, work to just imagine breathing into the hand on the heart and then exhale, moving that, pumping that through the body. The heart is such a powerful pump, right? The whole lymphatic system flows to the heart, everything circulates towards the heart, different rooms of the heart, move the blood, move everything through the body. Good, lower down, keep your hand to heart, hand to belly, just shift into hip circles now. And circulating now from the root chakra into the sacral chakra. Inhaling into the heart, exhaling through the body. Breath is flowing, circulating, heart stays lifted. Reverse the direction. And bring it to center. Deep breath in, exhale it out. Release your hands to your hips, or if it's comfortable, point your fingers down at your low back. So your hands are kind of resting at your sacrum with the fingers pointing down. Otherwise, keep your hands at your hips. Soften your knees, and then just start to open up through the chest. So think about just kind of lifting up through the gaze, lifting through the chest, standing cobra. Elbows draw back, knees soft. You can feel the curve in the low back. So we're not losing the curve in the low back. We're actually trying to accentuate the curves in the spine. That's the intention of heart openers, is to bring back the curve through the spine. Take another breath in. Exhale it out. Come back to center. Just shake your head a little bit side to side. Don't go right from a back bend into a forward fold. Inhale, reach the arms up. Side bend to the right. And then bring it up. And over to the left. Inhale up. Exhale, swan dive forward, soft knees. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, bow. Soft knees. Inhale, sweep the arms wide, big stretch through the heart. Exhale, pull back to that heart center. And then again, inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold down. And then again, pause here, rock it out. And then take your feet back to mat distance. And again, if you have a block that you are using, you can grab that. Because again, we're going to lengthen the spine and bring the right hand out as far as you can in front of you, maybe under the face. Soften the knees, hips back. Left hand to that low back, stretching it up. So you're going to stay here for option one, which is where we were. Option two is you'll inhale, then as you exhale, you're going to take that left hand, weave it to the outside of the right leg. So you're kind of pulling your head under that right armpit. Soften the knees, hips back. Really rinsing out through the spine, back of the lungs, back of the heart. We're just clearing out any stagnant energy from the first half of this lunar cycle, the first half of this season. So we can really shine that heart. Big breath in. Exhale, release, rock it out. Second side, lengthen up. Left hand comes out in front of the face or on the prop. Right hand to the low back or stretches up. And again, you can stay here. This is such a lovely heart opener. Otherwise, that right arm sweeps underneath, grabbing for the outside of the left leg. Sit your hips back a little bit more, soften the knees. Rinsing, ringing, circulating that heart energy. Breathe into the legs, breathe into the back. One more inhale. Exhale, release. You can heel toe your feet back in, and you can stay in Uttanasana for a couple more breaths. If you'd like to walk out to down dog, you can walk out to your Adho Mukha and stretch everything here. Again, really is still opening up through the heart, pressing the heart towards the earth. Wherever you are, lengthening, breathing. Deep breath in. And then again, if you're able to come comfortably to tabletop, you'll do that again. Otherwise, you're going to roll yourself back up to stand. We're going to do a supported side plank. If that's not your practice, you're going to just take a side bend. So you're just going to come back into any of the side bends. Otherwise, the option I'm suggesting tonight comes from all fours. So we'll have the right hand and the right knee down, and you're going to step the left leg back to stack it behind you. And then the left hand to the left hip, or bring it straight up or overhead. And so just opening up into all the fire lines of the body, or you're going to stand and do that nice standing side bend, or if you have another favorite side bend. So top arm can be up, it can be over. And if you want a little more, you can also lift that bottom leg. So again, adding that little balance circulation. So just a couple breaths wherever you are here, just finding a really big side bend, big opening through the heart, through the side body. Inhale fully. Exhale, release. If you're in all fours, you can do a little cat, cow, or rock. If you're standing, you can do a forward fold or half sun salute. And then when you're ready, we'll come to the other side. So if you're on all fours, the left hand is down, left knee is down. We're going to stack the right foot behind us. And the right arm comes straight up or overhead. So again, we're just basically, we were standing, we stretched up and over and then seated too. This is just a great way to bring all of the whole side of the body together, circulating that heart energy. A little bit of core awareness, maybe a little bit of balance. It is fire sign, but just within what is appropriate for your body. Find that big opening. Maybe smile, take a big inhale. And then exhale, release. You can push back into your wild child or child's pose, or just roll back into a forward fold. And just take a few breaths. And letting all that heart energy settle. And then slowly shift your body back to seated. We're going to move into fire log stretch, or you can just come onto your back and do reclining pigeon. Kind of sets up the same way. So we'll stack the right ankle over the left thigh, and then you can bring your hands behind you and bend the left knee. You can just roll onto your back here with that right ankle crossed. It actually feels sometimes nice to kind of stay sitting up like this, or sit up against the wall, and you get some nice rocking. Or you can start to walk the left leg towards the right and stack your shins. Mine are very tight this evening. I haven't been doing this pose that much. And again, it can be very gentle. It doesn't have to be a big hip opener tonight. We didn't do a bunch of, bunch of hip openings, so it's okay if you want to stay with a softer version. I do sometimes just like to do this pose to see where things are at. If you are in Agni Stambhasan, you're pressing your feet straight out. No pain in the knees or the ankles. And just take a few breaths wherever you are. If you're on your back, you can have that right ankle crossed over the left leg with the left foot on the floor, the left knee hugged in. Give your head a gentle rock side to side, relax your jaw. Deep inhale. Exhale out some sound. And we'll gently switch sides. So be careful as you come out. Let yourself take a little rock or shift. And when you're ready, you'll bring the left ankle over the right thigh. You can roll on your back, or you can just start to bend that right leg, staying up on your hand with your hands behind you or up against the wall. Oof. This side is tight. I definitely think the rain and the cold makes everything tighter. I agree with that. Or you can start to stack your shins, make sure you're up on your sit bones. Oof. Circulating that heart energy. Keep the breath moving. And releasing any tension in the head. Deep breath in. Sigh out. Slowly unwind. And you can bring the feet into butterfly, whether you're lying down or seated. Press the feet together, lengthen up through the spine, and really lift up through the heart. And then gently fold, maybe elbows pressing into the legs, or walk your hands forward, maybe palms facing up. Surrendering the back of the heart towards the sky. And that waxing moon illuminate the back of the heart, the spine. And slowly roll up. Hands come behind you, soften the elbows, open the chest, big big breath in and out. Release, hug your knees in, give yourself a little hug, and then we'll move into some relaxation. I'm gonna do a little guided meditation with you tonight for the heart energy. So you can lay on your back for traditional Shavasana, which is supporting the head and the knees. You can take your legs up the wall or the bed if you'd like some Viparita Karani, which can be very grounding before the full moon, or feel free to come back into a heart opener. If you enjoyed being in the heart opener, you can come back to that, or laying over your bolsters or pillows in any way. So just taking your time, doing any other movement that your body needs so that you can settle. Any comfort or support as you choose the position for the final moments of our practice, our moon day, moving us into our first full moon of the year, the fixed fire full moon of devotion and drama and purpose and play and passion. The lion, and how we really fill up our hearts, and then how we move that energy, how we circulate it through our systems and our communities and our planet. This energy always reminds me of the Hafiz poem. You know, the sun never says to the earth, "You owe me." Look what happens with a love like that. It lights up the whole sky. And the fixed fire energy is the energy of the heart, that unstruck center that sustains, that is constantly pumping for us. And so feel into your heart with that sense of gratitude. The heart never says, "You owe me." Right? What happens with a love like this? A heart that beats for us no matter what's happening around. Can you imagine a golden light in your heart? Or maybe it's a different color for you. It can be a different color. But imagine a warm light building in your heart with every breath, like a sun, like a star, like an eternal flame. And we're going to imagine like a weaving. We'll breathe into the heart, and as we exhale, we'll send that light like a thread into different points along the body. And these are the heart points. So it's the web of the heart energy. And so inhaling, breathing into that light of the heart, and then imagining a thread moving from the heart to the third eye. And then it moves back to the heart. And then it goes out to the right temple, and then back to the heart, to the right facial cheek, and back to the heart, the right shoulder, and back to the heart, to the right ribs, and back to the heart, the right thigh, and back to the heart, right ankle, and back to the heart, left ankle, and back to the heart, left thigh, back to the heart, left ribs, back to the heart, left shoulder, back to the heart, left facial cheek, back to the heart, left temple, back to the heart, and then straight up to the midbrain, and then back to the heart, You inhale into the heart, and as you exhale, it reaches out to all those points that connect back to the heart, but also to each other. So from the heart to the third eye, to the right temple, right cheek, right shoulder, right ribs, right thigh, the right ankle, that whole right side infused with heart light. Connecting to the left ankle, left thigh, left ribs, left shoulder, left cheek, left temple, the midbrain, all the left side points, and back to the heart. And as you inhale, that beautiful radiant light expands into your heart. As you exhale, moves out to all the other points. And for the next few moments, just allow yourself to float on this web of heart light, charged by the moon illuminating this weaving of your passion and purpose and devotion and play, and how you express yourself, how you are creative. And again, how that feeds out to others, how it extends out, how it circulates through your system, through your relationships, through the community, through the world. And as we approach this midwinter holy time, these next couple of weeks, this portal that pretty much begins with this full moon to the new moon, these next couple weeks. It really is so much about feeling into the seeds we've planted and that we've nourished, and that we are trusting they are doing their work in the dark. And that's such a scary place to be, when we're in the dark waiting for a sign of life. But that's how things are planted. That's how things grow. There is a power inside them, power of life, of love, of spirits. Fire is spiritual energy. And so allowing this web to hold and support and nourish you through this full moon week, supporting the heart light and the heart points. Rest back in that space of gratitude, of devotion, of creativity. We all have the inner lion or lioness. You can continue to rest here in this web of the heart, where you can deepen your breath. Start to wiggle in any way that feels good. Depending on the position you're in, your movements might vary. They might be minimal. You might really start to rock, or maybe you just curl back to that left side, that fetal pose, lunar side. And take a deep breath wherever you are. Exhale out a sigh or a sound. And then if and when you're ready, you can draw yourself back to sit. Hand, heart, hand, belly, maybe that gentle rock. As we seal our practice with 3 sounds of Om. The first Om for your precious heart. Second Om for the hearts of all beings. And our third Om in gratitude to the heart of our Mother Earth, our grandmother Moon, the heart of our universe. You can also just listen or hum. Breath in. Oh. 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 Draw your hands towards center, rub your palms, take a deep breath in. Exhale, left hand to the left, palm up, right hand to the right, palm down, connecting our virtual full moon circle with a final big, 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 big breath. Lift, hold. Exhale, bow, hands to the earth. Om Chandraya Namaha. Blessings, many blessings. May the blessings be. Have a sweet full moon week. Take care of your hearts, and I hope to see you soon. Thank you.